It was a real pleasure to put all this together, to meet other artists, and I also learned how to delegate. I'm not a good delegator, so it was amazing to have people who were also stepping up and offering to do things for me, which was incredible. So the journey to this point has been long and arduous, but enjoyable. And it's been an amazing experience, to be quite honest. I had the pleasure of meeting Cheryl Blackman from the city of Toronto. When we finally decided to meet was the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. As an artist, I was also starting to recognize that there were cultural shifts that were happening and that I could express myself in meaningful ways. So whether it was addressing anti-Black racism, whether it was addressing that idea of how people are starting to finally understand what it's like to be a Black person in North America, I was able to bring that into my work with my portraiture and also by looking at ways of accessing and tapping into history and looking at how Black people have historically been denied ways to move beyond the limitations that have been put in front of them. We met with the team and we met with some people from MLSE, the Raptors. I got the sense that this was very real and this was actually going to happen. I think what was most exciting for me was really working with the other artists and watching their contributions and learning from them. It really does take a village because we all have our own, as I said, we have our own strengths, but we can also discover strengths within ourselves that we can share with a group. And I also love to collaborate. When you work with other people who you get along with and you enjoy spending time with, it makes the work a lot easier, I find. And the sheer number of people involved who just stepped up, like Tracy, who made this beautiful dress, and also the curtains here, the installation and preservation team, and I can't stress enough how this project is truly a collaboration amongst all of us. So my life before the show, I was really testing the waters on how I could incorporate history into my portraiture. I was beginning to realize that my work was a bridge between the past and the present. And after the show, I feel like my work is a bridge between the past, the present, and the future. I was able to incorporate Afrofuturistic elements through different ways, through fashion, through the way we've told the story, by incorporating the work of other artists who really had this amazing ability to tap into what they felt the legacy of Mrs. Pipkin and her family could be. So I feel like I've really grown as an artist because I've realized that my imagination is my only limit, and that if I can dream it, if I can think it, then I'm able to produce it. And also knowing that what really excites me is the fact that this is also helping people learn and helping people explore history in a way that's meaningful to them. I think for me personally, history wasn't interesting to me before because I never saw myself reflected in it. I was never curious about it. I was never engaged in it. And I'm seeing so many people who are really being engaged by this exhibition that it's really driving me to do more of this kind of work. I feel like this show has more of an impact than if it was in a traditional gallery or museum institutional space for a couple of reasons. First and foremost is the context. So recognizing that this is a real house and this is how it was decorated and this is how people lived in a certain time period is going to be new to so many people. It is new to so many people. But it also puts the context of having Black faces in this wall as a juxtaposition of the expectations of what the space is. So if these portraits were just in an institutional museum, that context wouldn't be as strong. It wouldn't be as effective. And I also think that this is kind of related to it, but also having this whole immersive experience of being able to see what the grounds are like, and it becomes part of the story. And the fact that we actually have rooms here and that each room that we've touched tells a different story.